Once upon a time, I was rejected from a school because I failed the marshmallow test. I had just moved to Dallas, Texas with my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. I was 7 years old. And we needed to find a school that I could go into second grade at. That summer, my mother and father enrolled myself and my brother and sister into a series of summer camps hosted at, you guessed it, the various middle schools and high schools around Dallas. One of those schools decided to run an experiment. The marshmallow test was developed predominantly for children as a human behavioral biology study, particularly surrounding discipline, and at its worst was all about moral judgment. The marshmallow test is quite simple. Give a child a marshmallow. Give it to them with a time limit. 1 hour. Instruct them that they are allowed to do anything with or to this marshmallow as long as it's not eaten. If they still have the marshmallow at the end of the hour, they get a second one. This is about delayed gratification. So they gave all the kids the marshmallow, they pointed to the clock in the room and they said, once the clock strikes 4, come on back, give us your marshmallow and we'll give you a second one. I took the marshmallow and I left the room. Almost immediately, and disappeared for quite some time, and that was okay. We could go to other rooms and play with different toys and board games and stuff. At about 3:54, I come back to the counselors, and I say, I have my marshmallow. I would like my second one, please. It's 4 p.m. And they say, well, you're a little early. And they look back at the clock in the room and they say, it's not 4 o'clock yet. And I go, well, this doesn't make any sense because I went to the other classrooms and there's a clock 8 minutes ahead of this clock and it's already 4 p.m. there. So I'd like to have my other marshmallow. And they looked at me, finally understanding what was going on. They said, it is not 4 p.m. in this room on this clock. We will abide by this time, not by the other clock that you found. And then I said, why? They said, because those are the rules. And my response to that was, well, then I don't like your rules. And I ate the marshmallow in front of them. For a cocktail of reasons, I was rejected from this school. But I know that one of the big ones was my failing of the marshmallow test, but specifically the way that I failed. It was arrogant. I knew better than them. I had broke this system. If I were in the position of those camp counselors, I would have looked at this admittedly precocious young 7-year-old with so much thrill and excitement. I'd be so impressed with this mind who thought laterally, stepped outside the box and thought, well, is there another way to play this game? Anyway, as we say, let's all breathe.